Hello, students. How are you today? Okay, I hope you are good and studying hard. Okay, today we have another grammar lesson. So look at your screen and let's find out what we will learn today. Okay, so today we will learn language for lesson 6. I have a headache. Okay, so this is language in lesson 6 in your textbook. And we will learn about giving suggestions using should. So this is our target word for today, should. And I will give you an introduction to transitive and intransitive verbs and object nouns. Okay, so this is the grammar. We will learn this grammar. And then we will put the grammar and our key word should together to make some sentences. Okay, and remember, grammar is difficult. So if you don't understand, you can re-watch the video. And if you get tired, okay, pause the video, take a break, and then come back after 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so good luck fighting. Okay, so let's start by looking at some grammar in depth. Okay, this means in detail. So we will look at object nouns and transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, so here is an overview of what we will learn. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have transitive verbs. So this is a verb acting on an object. And intransitive verbs, this is sentence with just the verb and no object. Okay, so remember, today we're talking about action verbs, things you do. Okay, so that might be eat, drink, play, cook, read, study. These are verbs, action verbs. And then we have an object, and this is a object noun. Okay, and we'll come back to that to review our nouns and objects. Okay, so let's look at an example. This is a transitive verb because it's acting on this noun here, chicken. Okay, so this is transitive. So I eat chicken. And we have he smiled. Okay, there's no object here. There's no noun. So this is intransitive. We drank juice. So we have the action here, and it's acting on this object noun, juice. So this is transitive. She played tennis. So we have the action, the verb, and the noun, the object. So this is transitive. I slept. There's no noun, there's no object, so that's intransitive. And we sit. No noun, no object. So this is intransitive. Okay, that's confusing and difficult. So we will take it one piece at a time. Okay, so first, let's look at object nouns. Okay, object nouns. So what is an object noun? An object noun is a noun, a thing. So remember, a noun is a thing that the verb is acting on. Okay, so here we have I eat sandwiches. I eat sandwiches. What do I eat? I eat sandwiches. This is a transitive verb. So here, eat is the action. And sandwiches is the thing, the noun you'll eat. Okay, so we call this noun here an object noun. Object noun. Okay, so structures for sentences would be a subject. So we have example I, a verb, action word, play, and the thing it's acting on. So tennis, I play tennis. Okay, so here are some examples. Okay, I play baseball. So I play, this is the transitive verb. Baseball, this is the object noun. He hit me. He hit me. This is the action, the transitive verb. And this is the object, me. What thing did he hit? He hit me. Okay. We watched TV. We watched TV. Okay, so this is the verb, the transitive verb, and this is the object. This is what the verb acted on, TV. So what thing did we watch? We watched TV. Okay, so remember, if it's green today, it will be the noun, and these are object nouns. So they're being acted on by an action, a verb. Okay, so let's look at transitive verbs and objects. Okay, so look at this grammar table. Okay, it's grammar table. And first we have here, we have the subject. The subject. So we have I, he, she, it, you, we, they. So this is who or what we're talking about. Okay. Then next we have the verb, the doing word. So here we have see, visit, study, eat, watch, play, make. And these action words are acting on these object nouns. Okay, so we have a dentist. These are all things. Okay, these are all nouns. These are object nouns. So we have a dentist, a doctor, English, some chicken, a movie, a game, a cake. Okay, so remember today your verbs will be colored red and your object nouns will be colored green. Okay, so make a sentence. You put your subject, your verb, your transitive verb, and your object noun. I see a dentist. Let's see. She studies English. You watch a movie. We play a game. They make a cake. Okay, so these are transitive verbs and our object. So look at these sentences, and I want you to think which words are the transitive verbs and which are the object nouns. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Look at these three sentences and which words are the verbs? Which are the verbs? Okay, and then which are the objects? The object nouns. Okay, pause your video and have a think. Okay, great. Let's check our answers on the next slide. So, I can cook chicken. I can cook chicken. See, cook is the verb, the action, the doing word, and chicken is the noun. This is the object noun. So I cook chicken. So this is a transitive verb, and this is the object noun. I like you. Okay, so I is the subject, and then like is the action, and you is the object noun. Okay, so remember this is a transitive verb, and this is the object. I will play a guitar. So we have I will, and we got play. This is our transitive verb. I will play a guitar. So this is the object. This is the object noun. Okay, good. Now we will learn about intransitive verbs. So this is a little easier. Okay, look at these grammar tables. With an intransitive verb, okay, we have our subject, and then we have our verbs here. And there's no object. So we have no object with these action words. Okay, so when an action verb is in a sentence on its own without an object noun, then it is called an intransitive verb. Okay, here are some examples. He swims. Okay, it's no object. They laughed. Okay, no object. And we slept. No object. So these are intransitive verbs being used here. Okay. So let's review. Okay, let's review. I want you to look at these sentences and decide if the verb is transitive or intransitive. Okay, so remember, transitive verbs are a verb transferring their meaning onto a noun. So we have a verb, and then we have an object noun. And intransitive verbs are just a sentence with the verb only and no object. Okay, so pause your video and look at these sentences and decide, are they transitive or intransitive? Intransitive. Okay, let's find out on our next slide. Okay, so we have I eat chicken. Okay, so we have the action word here, our transitive verb, and our object noun. So this is transitive. He smiled. Okay, it's no object, so this is intransitive. We drank juice. Okay, so we have the action word, transitive, and an object noun. So this is a transitive. She played tennis. Okay, she played, and transitive, tennis. This is a transitive verb. Okay, I slept. Okay, there's no object, no noun. So this is intransitive. And we sit. Okay, it's no object. It's not acting on anything. So it's intransitive. Okay. Ooh, good job. Okay, if that was too difficult, make sure to rewind your video and watch it again. Okay? And remember, take a break if you're tired. Otherwise, let's continue. Okay, so now that you understand what an object noun is and the difference between transitive and intransitive verbs, let's learn about should. Should. Okay, this is our target word, and this is from lesson 6 in your textbook. So, should. Should means that it's a good idea to do something. It's a good idea to do something. So here's a problem. That is something that is wrong. Something that needs fixing is a problem. So I am sick. I am sick. Achoo. I am sick. So suggestion, good idea. You should see a doctor. You should see a doctor. You should see a doctor. Okay, so this is how we can make a suggestion. Okay, by using the word should. Okay, and this is important. When you use should, okay, if you have a choice, you can use this word. Okay, so you should see a doctor. Yeah, it's a good idea. But you don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to see a doctor. Okay, so when we use should, it means that you have a choice. Okay, you have a choice to see a doctor or not see a doctor. Okay, this is important because a lot of people make the mistake when they learn English that they use should as an obligation. So they say should as in you have no choice. Okay, for that we use different language. We use have to. You have to go to school. You have to sleep. And we also use the word must. You must go now. You must study hard. Okay, so those are obligation, but today we are studying suggestion. Okay, so importantly, it means you have a choice to do it or not to do it. Okay, if you have a choice to do it or not to do it, you can use the word should. Okay, here's an example when not to use should. Okay, you should breathe every day. You should breathe every day. Okay, this is not a good way to use should. Why not? Okay, because do you have a choice to breathe every day? No. Okay, if you don't breathe every day, you will die. Okay, so you have no choice. So when you don't have a choice, do not use should. Okay, when you don't have a choice, do not use should. We use different expressions in English for those, which we will cover later, and you will also learn about at middle and high school. Must and have to we use for obligation. Okay, let's read some examples of problems and suggestions using intransitive verbs. Okay, remember, intransitive verbs means there's no object, there's no noun. Okay, so look at the grammar tables. To make these sentences, first we put our subject, that is who or what we are talking about. Then we put should, and then we put our action word, our verb, our intransitive verb goes here. Okay, so subject, then should, then verb. Okay, so here's a problem. I am very fat. Ooh, I am very fat. Okay, and our suggestion, our good idea. Oh, I should exercise. I should exercise. Okay, do I have a choice to exercise? Yes, it's a good idea, and I have a choice. So we can say, I should exercise. We don't have to exercise. We can stay fat. Okay, so we have a choice, and it's a good idea. I should exercise. Okay, problem. Oh, problem. He is tired. He is very tired. Okay, so this is something that needs fixing. And our suggestion, our good idea, he should sleep. He should sleep. That's a good idea. And so, does he have a choice? Yes. And is it a good idea? Yes, so we can say he should. He should sleep. Okay, problem. We are crying. We are crying. Okay, and our suggestion, our good idea, we should smile. We should smile. It's hard to smile when you're crying, so we should smile will fix this problem. Okay, and remember, you have a choice. You don't have to smile. You can stay crying. So you have a choice. So we say we should. Okay, last one. So here's a problem. She is hungry. She is hungry. Okay, so our suggestion, our good idea, she should eat. She should eat. This will fix this problem. Okay, she should eat. And don't forget, she has a choice. She cannot eat and stay hungry, or she can eat and be happy. So we say she should eat. Okay, so those are examples of using should with an intransitive verb with no object. Okay, let's try some transitive verb sentences. Okay, so let's practice giving advice with transitive verbs. And remember, transitive verbs means the verb acts on a noun, an object noun. Okay, so look at this grammar table, the grammar layout. We have our subject here. So this is who or what is the subject for the sentence, who and what we are talking about. Then we put should here between the subject and the verb. Then we have our transitive verb, our action word. So we have visit, study, do, see. And that's acting on our object noun. So we have a doctor, English, my homework, a dentist. These are things. So an example, I should visit a doctor. He should study English. She should do my homework. It should see a dentist. Okay, so put our subject, our suggestion word, your action word here, and your object noun. And this is a transitive verb. Okay, so here's the problem. This is from the textbook. I have a toothache. I have a toothache. And suggestion, I should see a dentist. I should see a dentist. Okay, so we have our suggestion word, should, our transitive verb, and our object noun. Okay, so here's a problem. I am hungry. I am hungry. So our suggestion, our good idea is I should eat a sandwich. I should eat a sandwich. So we have our suggestion word should. Eat is our transitive verb, and a sandwich is our object noun, what the verb is acting on. Oh, problem. She is lonely. She is lonely. Yeah. Okay, so our suggestion, our advice, our good idea, she should meet her friends. She should meet her friends. Okay, so she, subject, should, this is our suggestion word. Meet, this is our transitive verb. And her friends, this is the object noun. Okay, in middle school and high school, you'll learn different words you could use instead of should to make it an obligation instead of a suggestion. But the structure, you'll see this structure often. Okay, problem. They are dirty. They are very dirty. Very dirty. And suggestion, they should take a shower. They should, this is our action word, take, and it's a transitive verb, a shower. And this is a noun. This is our object noun. Okay, so let's look at giving negative advice. Okay, to tell someone it's a good idea to do something, we use should. Oh, it's a good idea. Should. And to tell someone it's a bad idea to do something, we use shouldn't. Shouldn't. Okay, so this is a contraction of should not. Should not. We put it together and we say shouldn't. Shouldn't. Okay, let's look at some examples. Oh. Sorry about this. Okay. So here is an example. The city is so dirty. The city is so dirty. Okay, and we can say, you shouldn't throw trash on the floor. You shouldn't throw trash on the floor. Okay, so we've got should not, means don't do it. It's a good idea not to do it. Okay, you shouldn't throw trash on the floor. Okay, and remember we still have the word should in here, so that means you have a choice. She still has a choice, but I think it's a good idea not to do this. Okay, we have our verb, our transitive verb, and our noun. And extra information, this is where, on the floor. On the floor. You shouldn't throw trash on the floor. Okay, here's a problem. Ugh, it's raining. It's raining. It is raining. And our suggestion, you shouldn't, oh, missed the end there. Sorry, you shouldn't go outside without your umbrella. You shouldn't go outside without your umbrella. Okay, it's not a good idea. Okay, problem, I am fat. I am fat. Suggestion, I shouldn't eat junk food every day. Okay, I shouldn't eat junk food every day. Okay, so here in purple, we have extra information about time, about when. Okay, and every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day. Okay, so I shouldn't eat junk food every day. Okay, to be really helpful, you can use both should and shouldn't advice at the same time. Okay, we will practice and look at some sentences using should and shouldn't together so you can see how they are contrasted. Okay, so problem, I am fat. I am fat. Suggestion, I shouldn't eat junk food every day. I shouldn't eat junk food every day. I should exercise. Okay, so I shouldn't, don't do this. I should exercise, do this. This is a good idea. Okay, and don't forget, you have a choice. So you don't have to do these things. Okay, problem. The city is so dirty. Suggestion, we shouldn't throw trash on the floor. We should put trash into a trash can. This is a trash can. Okay, so this is a good idea. We should. And this is a bad idea. Don't do this. We shouldn't. Okay? And here we have, don't forget, this is a transitive verb, and this is a transitive verb. And these are the object nouns. Okay, so let's finish up with practicing language from your textbook. Okay, so these are in your textbook. These are problems. What's wrong? Okay, so these are all types of pain. Types of pain. So, I have a toothache. I have a stomachache. I have a headache. Okay. I have a fever. A fever means you are really hot. You feel really hot. A fever. I have a runny nose. I have a runny nose. I have a cold. I have a cold. So a cold is when you are sneezing, achoo, and you have a runny nose and you're tired. Okay, we say, I have a cold. Okay, suggestions, good ideas. You should see a dentist. Okay, don't forget it's a transitive verb and this is the object noun. You should see a doctor. Okay, transitive verb and object noun. You should take some medicine. Transitive verb, object noun. And you should get some rest. This is a transitive verb and object noun. Okay, it's your turn. I want you to match the problems to the suggestions. Practice saying the sentences to yourself at home. Okay, so this is some textbook language practice. Okay, so look at the problem or the problems and match the problem with a suggestion. Okay, so let's do the first one together. I have a toothache. I have a toothache. Okay, and you should see a dentist. You should see a dentist. Great. Okay, so pause your video, read the sentences, and try to match them together in your head. Okay, and when you finish, play the video and let's check. Okay, so I have a headache. I have a toothache. You should see a dentist. I have a stomachache. You should see a doctor. I have a cold. You should get some rest. And I have a headache. You should take some medicine. Okay, so I hope you got all the right answers. And before we finish, I want you to do some pronunciation speaking practice with me. Okay, so I will read the sentences and I want you to practice at home. Okay, I will read each sentence twice. The first time slowly and the second time more naturally. Okay? Okay, let's go. I have a toothache. I have a toothache. You should see a dentist. You should see a dentist. I have a stomachache. I have a stomachache. You should see a doctor. You should see a doctor. I have a cold. I have a cold. You should get some rest. You should get some rest. I have a headache. I have a headache. You should take some medicine. You should take some medicine. Wow, good job. Okay, so let's see what we learned today. Now you know how to give advice to a problem using should, and you know not to use should if there is no choice. Okay, and you know how to suggest not doing something using shouldn't. So you shouldn't throw trash on the floor. And you know the difference between a transitive and intransitive verb. Okay, so remember, an intransitive verb has no object, and a transitive verb does. And you know what an object noun is. Okay, so that might be a little bit difficult. Okay, so make sure that you rewatch the video to go over the things you don't understand. Okay, good job and fighting! Study hard, students. Okay, bye. Bye, bye, bye.